Hello, everyone. Welcome to Always Open. On today's show, we're going to be reading a confessional. We're going to be talking about kinks that you have that are out of the ordinary. And we have questions from our beautiful boy box of issues. On today's show, you got me, Barbara Dunkelman, along with
Ashley.
I like Blaine, sorry. I like the gorilla footage of Ashley who's like, snap zoom.
And it's me, here again,
to
join the lovely Barbara Dunkelman.
Oh, you're the yin to my yang.
I insulted you earlier, so that's why I had to say a nice thing, because I said, you're like, my hair looks good from the back. And I said, oh, it's not so great from the front.
Not so good from the front. But here's the thing, is that more of an insult to me or to Texas?
Ooh, you're right, sorry, Texas.
Just gonna point that out
And it was
there.
a joke, of course.
You know, you're in every episode, so you don't have to be nice to Barbara all the time.
Well, here's the thing, the last episode.
Blaine, shut up.
The last episode that we shot last season with Lawrence, I was reading the comments and everyone was like, Mariel flirts so hard with Barbara the entire time. And I was like, I don't feel like I do.
We just have a nice friendship.
Well, apparently we're flirting. Apparently I'm flirting. And you're playing hard to get.
I'd like to imagine you were reading that over Barbara's shoulder out while brushing your hair. Like, that's not true at all.
That's true. You're so beautiful.
What flirting consists of to you is brushing someone's hair.
It's two girls.
That's how I flirt with
You just like
with
walk up to a random girl in a bar and start like brushing her hair and be like, what's up?
That's how Alana and I met, yeah. Just started brushing her hair at PAX.
Oh, I love
How
it.
did you and Alana meet?
She contacted me through Instagram, or she
You
like
slid
commented.
into those DMs?
No,
she
I
did.
slid into the DMs because she commented on a picture, and I was like, good God, who is this Australian beauty? And then I started,
You started talking.
Yeah, but we've been to like 5 conventions together, same room, never ran into each other.
Gotcha.
That all is gonna get cut. What are we doing on the show today?
All right. Well, let's start things off with our shot. Apparently, it has a chaser with it. This is the pancake shot, which is submitted by Kate K.
I'm intimidated by anything with a chaser.
I know,
Strong.
me too.
Well, and
so
I mean,
it's
supposed to taste like breakfast.
it's supposed to taste like breakfast, right? Like maple syrup or something?
Yeah, I
Or-
guess so. It's like supposed to be sweet and then you chase it.
With orange juice. So it's
Okay,
got,
so really this is just a complete breakfast.
exactly. You don't need anything, no protein, no
The
anything
Irish
else.
breakfast.
Do the rules of clicking the thing on the
Just the shot, not the chaser.
not the okay?
Ask the master.
Look, chasers are
That's
weird
not a
business
master,
to me.
she's an alcoholic, Mariel. It's very sensitive.
So it's got 1 part
Not that
Jameson and 1 part butterscotch schnapps, and then it's got a chaser of orange juice. So thank you, Kate K.
That does sound nice.
All right, so
breakfast
so
this morning.
slam this
There you
one. Boing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, wait. Oh shit, I did it wrong.
I did it wrong. I was just
I'm not slamming again.
Sure.
It's not so bad. Holy shit! It tastes like breakfast.
Breakfast.
That was
Damn.
nice.
That is McDonald's in my mouth.
Could I do this for breakfast every morning? Oh no,
You should.
That would make me an alcoholic.
That was a delight.
That was yummy.
Look,
Actually
I'm
had me
imagining
worried.
taking all this to bed with me and like, breakfast in bed, just getting wasted.
You
just
just
have
come
it
in
waiting
with
for
Alana,
you in
you're
the
like,
morning.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was nice.
There you go.
I quite like that one.
That was a good one.
Delicious.
That's
I was scared. Shouldn't have been scared.
of all the shots and stuff that I've done on Always Open. I think that's like one of the better ones. Like that's like the truest to its name.
Let's just make that our official always open shot. So we do that on every show.
Okay. Done.
In Germany they call
Done.
it the Pfannkuchen. Yeah,
Yeah?
Pfannkuchen.
it's pancake in German.
The only thing I know how to say in German is ein große Bier bitte, which means large beer, please.
I was once told ich brauche eine Haarschnitt means I need a haircut.
That's
In case you ever are in Germany and you really need a haircut.
Okay.
I would just go.
I'm desperate, please.
I have to be careful what I do in Germany.
Where would you ever be?
No, Barbara, no.
What would you ever need to like
Jeez.
desperately get a haircut for?
Wait, what?
Like,
If you got maybe if you got gum stuck in your hair.
I guess so.
When I was little, I accidentally threw a ball of burrs that we'd been playing catch with into my sister's hair, and the school principal had to spend about 5 hours taking them out one by one.
Oh.
I can think of lice, but then also
It was
my,
brutal.
Yeah.
My sister, when Justin Timberlake was like a hot shit, I had like longer hair. My sister wanted to give me those like fucking crazy curls
Oh,
like
yeah.
Justin, so she just
The Robin Eagle
loaded.
hair?
She loaded hair gel, and my hair was just fucked. It was like I was wearing a helmet.
So it was accurate because like those were pretty crunchy, right? You
Yeah,
go touch them and
they
like,
were
they don't move.
So
you move.
they cut all that. I buzzed it. So
All right. Well, let's
boy.
kick things off with a little game of cupidity. I believe you two have played this game before. Maybe not actually.
no, I don't think so.
We've
I'm not
taken
sure that I have.
taken questions from OkCupid, and we're going to rapid fire them to you guys.
All right.
to each one, and we're gonna start with Ashley and then Blaine, Meryl, and then I will go last.
I've never e-dated. This is new to me. Let's do
You
this.
ready? We got our timer ready to go. All right, Ashley, you ready?
Yes.
Do I get the same question?
No, you get different questions. And go. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No.
Is the idea of taking a long road trip with a partner appealing to you?
Absolutely.
Would you be comfortable masturbating in front of a partner?
Sure.
If you could erase any pain from your past and substitute those moments with happiness, would you?
Pets dying, yes.
Oh.
Would you say your actions are guided more by your head or your heart?
Head.
What is the longest you've traveled to meet up with someone from a dating app?
Well, never done a dating app,
Or
but
just like a significant other, I guess?
Australia?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Crikey.
long commute.
It's not too far. It's what, 16 hours?
Only like the farthest place
No big.
possible from here. Damn. Is that when you were dating Bernie? You were still in Australia? No.
No, this was like way before. I met a dude and went to visit him in Australia and was like, Australia's rad.
Yeah.
And then I decided to just move there. We didn't work out,
And then you stayed
but
there.
I did.
Wait, so did you move back to, or did you come back to America and then move back out to Australia? Or were you
Yes.
just like, I'm going to stay?
Like, I'm just not leaving.
Yeah.
Try and kick me out.
Yeah. Just stayed there.
And they did.
Yeah.
All right, Blaine, you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Ready with the timer? And go. Would you like to live abroad for a long period of time?
Yes.
On abroad?
Have you ever made a booty call?
Yes.
Nice. How important is it for you to have the same taste in movies or television programs as your partner?
Not super important.
Do you care most about earning your partner's trust, loyalty, admiration, or gratitude?
Trust, loyalty, all that earning stuff. Yeah.
Everything.
The first one.
Do you think it's human nature to flirt even when you're with someone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Let's ask Mariel.
Oh, I was like,
I think honestly, I've talked to a few people about this before. I feel like flirting is a healthy thing to
get my foot
do.
on all the time.
As long as it's not like with any intent behind it.
Right. And mine are all empty flirts. And Alana's even called me out on this. And she doesn't give a shit. She's like, you flirt with Miles and John whenever. I'm like, yeah, I flirt with them like everybody.
I flirt with Barbara all the
energy.
time.
Yeah.
It's true.
I think you're my one conscious flirt because it's fun. But I worry that like if I'm friendly with people that I'm putting off weird signals.
Oh, I get
It
that.
makes me weird around people.
It could be
Like
hard.
sometimes I'll be really standoffish.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, sorry, I just noticed your shirt. Blossom Bubbles Buttercup.
Oh my god.
Like, they were roommates.
I also apparently, oh my god, they were roommates. I also didn't get the navy blue memo today.
Ooh, I walked into the sales office and everyone was wearing hunter green, and we like all stood up and cheered, and then I walked out.
Oh, and now you have a blue jacket on.
Now I got my blue jean jacket.
The way you cheered, it was like a Tuscan Raider. Like,
Yeah, why don't you make a gif of that?
GIF. Jesus Christ, we just had this talk.
Get off the set.
I'm on Team Mariel on
I
that
say
one.
both. I say both. Why not?
You swing both ways on that?
Both ways.
All right, Ro, you ready?
Yeah, bring it on, Barbara.
First question, how do you pronounce GIF? All right, ready with our timer for Meryl? All right, and go. Would it be a good idea to pass a law requiring people to take a course and pass a test before allowing them to have a child?
Yes.
When it comes to sex, are you good, giving, and game?
What?
I don't know what the fuck that question means.
good, coming,
I don't
giving,
know.
coming.
Would you prefer to date someone way dumber than you or way smarter?
Oh, probably smarter, because I'm already pretty fucking smart.
Have you ever seen your best friend naked?
No.
No? I'll do the last one. Do you know how to drive a stick shift?
No.
Me neither.
I don't. I've driven it
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
I learned on a station. That's the car that we had. I took my test in automatic and I was like, shit, I got this on lock, and then I failed parallel parking.
Oh.
Well, shit.
They passed me anyway.
I
They
failed
just
my
said, don't do that.
I failed my first driving test because I forgot to do a full stop when I was turning right at a red light. You're supposed to
Roll and
treat
stop.
You're supposed to treat it like a stop sign. So I it was an empty road and it was a red light. So I kind of came to a rolling stop, saw there was no one, and I kept going. And then I saw the person mark something down, and they're like, yeah, that's an automatic fail. And I'm like,
So you had to go back.
They
and do
had
it.
you
I
do
had
your
to come
test
back another time.
on a public road.
my actual driving test.
We did ours in an empty lot behind the DMV.
Oh no.
It was like
never
an
took it.
empty
We went on
big
the
park
highway
lot.
for
They'd
it.
Did you
paint
do
it up and
parent taught?
everything.
Yep.
I did parent taught, which was like,
But you still didn't have to
What's
actually
that?
take a physical driving test?
No.
no, I didn't have to.
What?
So in Texas, you can apply to get your hardship license if you're 15. Basically, you can get a driver's license at 15.
Okay.
Do you say a
and
hardship license?
Hardship license.
That sounds terrible.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's,
Like, excuse me, I have
Basically-
hardships, please.
no, that's what it is. But you do it. Like most of my friends and I did it. I didn't do it. My brother did though. when you were like a country kid and you're like, oh, my dad's out on the farm, my mom's doing whatever, got to get myself to school. Who's gonna drive me? No one.
No one.
Gotta drive myself.
Hardship, yeah.
But yeah, no, my parents, it was like parent taught, so they just had like a book of things that they would fill out, which we didn't. I mean, like, I only know how to drive by the grace of God.
How are people allowed to get their license without doing a physical driving test?
We didn't have to.
That's so weird because like, don't you have to prove that you could actually physically fucking drive?
Well,
You just have to take the test.
They rely on the parents to like log it all like correctly, and my parents were just like.
Yeah, my parents made it entire. They have like a logbook that you have.
But my
to, like,
dad
write
used to
everything.
teach driver's ed before he was a teacher.
Did your parents ever do school projects for you?
No, my mom's
No.
a school teacher, so she was like, yeah, you have the same. Like
Yeah.
my parents are teachers. My mom's a teacher, so she was always like, you have to do your own shit. But
related?
daddy.
Are you guys brothers and sisters?
But yeah, so my parents we lived on a farm, and so they had a golf cart that they bought me a golf cart when I was 8 years old, and then they put me to work.
That's
so
so
how I learned
great.
to drive.
A full-size golf cart or
Full-size
like a
golf
cute
cart.
little
No,
one?
like a full-size golf cart. That's how I learned to drive.
Shit, dude.
It was a golf cart.
Well, shit.
I know, right?
I had a driver's instructor, and his name was Khalid. And I remember that because he told me his name sounded like Kool-Aid. I'll remember that forever.
I was gonna go with the DJ Khalid. Like,
Shout out to you, Khalid.
Yeah. Jake Allen.
He picked me up from high school every day for my driving test.
Really?
Aw.
Yeah, I was so happy that I never had to take driver's ed because everyone that took it either had to take it late or like super early in
I
the
had to do it
morning.
after school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Sounds awful.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Ready?
Ready with the
All
timers?
right, we're good. And go. Have you ever taken a shower with a partner?
Absolutely.
Would you allow your partner to kiss you after performing oral sex on you?
Absolutely.
Have you ever been arrested even for just a small crime or misdemeanor?
No.
Do you have a nervous habit like biting your nails?
Yes.
Do you currently own or have you ever owned a suit or dress that cost $1,000 or more?
No.
Do you consider yourself to be photogenic? Okay.
Skip.
Get the fuck out of here.
Like spiked lens on that as if on cue. You're like,
And I was like, what is this question going to be? I think everyone has a nervous habit.
Oh, I have a
You
terrible
bite your
habit. I bite my nails and I bite my thumbs, but I'm trying to get better at it.
I found out that Gus Sorolla has a nervous habit of biting the skin on his hand right here.
What?
So much to the point that he doesn't have hair that grows there anymore because he bites the hair off.
That's interesting. I mean, I do the same thing but with my thumbs.
Yeah.
I have to shave my chest hair,
Wait.
otherwise I'll just keep rubbing it until it gets all knotted up.
He's like,
Yeah. Just be like, just thinking really hard.
But
and just be like,
So interesting.
I've never once seen you rub your chest before.
I do a lot of touching of the chest. I'm not gonna do it now because I have a microphone on, but
I used to do this thing where I would put my hand on like my collarbone and just there.
Yeah.
That was always.
I know a lot of guys that like rest with their hand inside their pants.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
that's a hardcore salsado thing. We all do it.
My people in my family do it, and I'm just like, I feel
fun, man.
uncomfortable by this.
We have my. I caught my nephew. My nephew's 5 now, 6. I can't remember how old he is. But the other day I was babysitting him when I was back home, and he was just like watching like that snail movie, and I looked over and he just like straight up just has his hand on his ass. It's just like. It's a good movie.
Power move.
I was like, okay,
Just takes it out.
it's genetic.
one time I was watching a family member, I just like looked over and it looked like their crotch was just like pulsating and moving, and I was like staring at it for 10 seconds and I didn't know what was happening, but I didn't realize that their hand was tucked in on the other side. But I just thought that
Yeah,
they were
but-
getting like a boner that was like,
but also, regardless of that, like they were in front of you with their hands straight up down their pants and like moving it all. Not just
I mean,
like
we were just watching
that-
movies.
But that seems like that's not like a comfort move. That's not
Doesn't make it
that's
any
not like
better.
a
Just
comfort tuck.
casual.
That's a straight up like
ball
handling.
itching.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they weren't like, they're just itching. Us Gibsons, we're all hairy, itchy folk.
Emily McBride the other day had a tweet where she said that she confronted her son because he had his hand down his pants, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And he pulled it out, and he was like, "I like the way it tastes." And she was like, "Oh God, no!"
No. Oh, back to that question too on this thing. Kissing a partner after they perform oral.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's fine.
It seems rude not to.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like I'm not
Like,
weird about that
they
thing.
just-
There's guys I
done you
know
real
who
solid.
are weird about that. Like especially if you swallow and then go to kiss them, they're like, nah.
Like, sweetie, you can't get pregnant, so just smack her.
Give me a smackaroo. I'm gonna let you taste yourself.
Gross.
Look,
I'm fine.
if we gotta taste all that, you can taste a little bit. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
So if you had a girl go down on you and she swallowed, would you kiss her?
It's fine. It's typically they're like, no, let me go watch my
clean
phone.
up,
It's
yeah.
like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
This episode of Always Open is brought to you by HelloFresh. We've teamed up with HelloFresh, and they are offering everyone in our audience $30 off your first week of deliveries when you go to HelloFresh.com and use the offer code OPEN30. Choose your delivery day that works for you and pause for weeks when you're out of town. HelloFresh offers a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change weekly. We really love the meals that HelloFresh sent us. The buttered up steak with roasted potatoes and garlicky green beans was the absolute best and so delicious. I also really like the names of them, like garlicky green beans. It's just fun to say.
Garlicky green.
Garlicky green beans. I keep all the HelloFresh recipe cards and can't wait to make this one again. HelloFresh is super simple. You won't spend all night in the kitchen because the recipes only take about 30 minutes to make. HelloFresh makes it so easy to cook delicious, balanced dinners for less than $10 a meal. Feel confident with the simple recipes outlined on picture, step-by-step instruction cards. I personally like the pictures because I like things that are visual. It helps me learn. Go to HelloFresh.com and use the code OPEN30 to get $30 off your first week of deliveries. That's HelloFresh.com and use the code OPEN30. That's 30. Thank you, HelloFresh. What a great segue.
It was.
You're a visual learner?
I am a visual learner. Yeah, I like, especially because then I could see, like, if I'm preparing it properly based on like what it looks like in the pictures. I'm like, okay, I did this right, and now I know how to plate the food because of this photo.
Yeah.
It's very handy dandy. Also very nice to have when you're traveling soon and you don't want to buy a bunch of groceries, and you could just go HelloFresh.com.
Get some HelloFresh foods.
HelloFresh from HelloFresh. All right, guys, we have a confessional here.
Nice.
Ooh.
I don't know if you've had a chance to read them, but if not, I'm excited for your reaction. So this one comes from Anonymous, and they write, so one time I was Snapchatting my girlfriend at the time who had a mommy kink. It wasn't actually anything bad. We were just having a conversation. But she asked me to send a photo, and I responded with a photo and the caption, I'm eating right now, can mommy wait? And I sent it and put my phone down. 20 minutes later, I picked up my phone to approximately 7 messages from friends, all of them reading something like, did you mean to put this on your story? I quickly deleted it and posted a follow-up snap that said, to anyone that saw that snap I deleted, I'm so sorry, let's never talk about it. My younger sister even saw it. I can never live it down.
That's rough.
Ooh.
So I don't think this is that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not
It
that
could have been
bad.
worse.
It could have been
Well,
worse.
she
could've
didn't
been
say
like-
what the photo was, though.
I mean, I'm assuming it's probably just like food or something.
It's also more the caption that I think was
Yeah.
embarrassing for.
I mean, you're basically
user.
just like, you're like outing yourself for like the kink that you're participating in.
Yeah.
But, does anyone care?
Yeah, I mean,
I would be like this. Oh. And then go on with my day.
Yeah.
I'd be like, that's an interesting thing to know.
I typically blow
But-
through stories anyways on Instagram, so.
Do you?
Yeah.
You blow through the stories?
Although I guess if you see something on your timeline, like let's say it's from Mariel, and it's a picture like, I'm busy now, could mommy wait? You'd be like, what the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah.
Me and mommy got an appointment later.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
So I'm assuming a mommy kink is like when girls
where
call
she
it
likes to
guy
be?
daddy or something.
Yeah, like,
Well,
it
or
seems more
where
powerful.
she's the mommy and he's being more infantile.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I think.
I don't
If
know.
anything, it's a little more
I'm not.
interesting.
I'm not up on my dynamic kinks.
I know there's like the baby
Entirely.
kink that people have where they want to like be dressed up in a diaper and have someone like bottle feed them and stuff like that.
I'm a baby.
I mean, I suppose you'd feel very like cared for, right?
Shit.
Yeah.
Like you'd feel very like, like embraced and taken care of. So like I can understand that.
Yeah. You maybe
I
get a
just-
little stuck on the little teat.
I just don't think that kink shaming should be a thing because I feel like every
excuse me.
weird.
That's Mariel's kink, actually. It's kink shaming.
I think it's kink shaming.
Oh, that's fucked up.
No, I agree with you. Everyone likes what they like.
Yeah.
And obviously, like,
If
this is a
everyone-
new thing for him, so he's probably embarrassed.
Probably.
by it.
Sure. Yeah. But like if everyone like knows what they're signing up for and they're into it, that's awesome.
Go for it.
Also, everybody has dumbass nicknames for their partner. Like me and Alana call each other BB, and if anybody ever overheard us talking on the phone, like we know
You're cutesy with them, right?
we talk like babies to each
Yeah.
other. It's really
You do
fucking
baby talk.
stupid.
Hold on, do an impression.
Like, oh, hello, baby. No.
Here's the thing,
My
though, like,
baby.
everyone,
We'll do an Italian swing to the.
everyone does that. That's
Yeah.
the thing. Like, once you're in a relationship for that long of a time, like, everyone starts talking, like, cutesy and...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's
totally.
funny though because like I was like walking down the hallway and then Alana called and she's like, hey, and I was like, oh hello, And she was like, "You're in public, aren't you?" And it's like, "Yeah, how did you know?" She's like, "Because you're not talking like you're a dumbass."
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, yeah. So we always know when the other person.
Every boyfriend I've had, I could always tell when they were in public because they were talking to me like totally normal. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
What's up?
hey, what's up?
Hey, babe.
Yep.
Yeah, love you too.
If I'm addressed by name and not boo or sweetfish, I don't know why sweetfish.
Is
Is
it a
Swedish
sweet boo one
fish?
too?
No, sweetfish.
Not sweet boo?
Sometimes there's sweet boo, sometimes it's sweet fish.
I only say that because I watched you and Bernie sleep sometimes.
Aw.
No, at the
The vlog.
vlog.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
oh.
wakes you up with breakfast and he says,
Sweet
"Good
boo."
morning, sweet boo."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, that's so
He
sweet."
brings me breakfast a lot. It's amazing. I'm like a total slug trying to get up. I'll lay in bed just going.
That's cute.
But do you ever have rituals? Like you say the same things to each other over and over and over? Like he'll say, "Hey, sweet fish," and I have to say, "I'm not a fish, I'm a lady." And then we will continue on with our
Like he
conversation.
keeps doing that to you every time.
Well-
That's a cute pet name.
Alana and I have been getting into the habit of calling each other "my baby," like with an Italian thing, and we send the Italian
baby.
cook emoji to each other. Like we'll talk to each other on the phone. In the first like 5 minutes, we'll just be like, "My baby, my baby," and we just keep going for like.
I have a question for you guys. How long did it take you to tell your significant other that you love them after starting to date? If you remember?
Oh.
We started dating. We started seeing each other in May. Started officially dating in August, and New Year's Eve was. When,
Oh wow,
yeah. So
that seems like a long time.
We're
took it slow.
dating we started dating around like November/December the year before. Oh shit. So we've been together for like 2 years, and it wasn't until like October. Like it was the Halloween.
together
We were
for
going
2
into
years?
Halloween. Yeah. Like
So long.
yeah. So I think it was like for me it was like 9 or 10 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
For me, it was. I know exactly what night it was. This was when I was at IGN still. It was like 3 months after we started dating, because we started dating in September. And in December, he came up to go to the Christmas party with me, and that was the day that my cat died.
Aw.
And so I was a wreck. Like when I was getting ready for the party, I took like a bottle of rum into the shower with me and finished it.
Oh.
And then
What
it
a
was like,
great
all
day
right.
to confess your love.
Yeah, well, no, exactly. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. Tonight, this is the night to forget everything. I'm going out with a goal. And I got completely wasted. Almost throw up on my editor-in-chief. Bernie he finally got me home and took care of me and was amazing because I was disgusting. I would never have dated me again. He's a saint.
Aw.
And apparently I was just like, I love you. And he was like, when I was like, no, listen. I love you. And then I didn't remember it the next day.
Oh,
Like I
no.
wasn't sure. I was like, I feel like I said something. I was like, did I say anything last night? And he was like, no, you're good.
See, I talk in my sleep, so I'm always worried in a relationship that I'm gonna say something that I'm not ready to say to someone yet while I'm sleeping. Like telling someone I love them.
Oh.
Right?
Dwayne, you're my favorite.
Oh, I was gonna say something like
Mariel.
jet fuel can't melt steel beams or Bush did 9/11.
Bush did 9/11.
You just spout out conspiracy theories.
I'm just in bed like this.
Barbara, you asleep?
I actually do sleep with my eyes open a little bit like this.
Can't do it, creepy.
Oh no, thank you.
I do that, I think, like, sit up. Like, if it's a sit-up sleep, like a plane or something, that is the most unattractive sleep a person can have.
Oh yeah.
Is this where you like got the chin and then some drool usually and like half your eyes open?
Yep.
Yeah.
How long have you been dating Bernie when that party happens, or seeing each
That
other?
was, let's see, September to October to November, like 3 months.
Okay.
That's what my usual thing is.
Yeah.
I'd say like in most relationships it was like 3-4 months before I tell someone that.
Yeah, like I'd known for a while.
Yeah. Lana and I had been doing like kind of on and off because it's had
Yeah.
and like I think we had 2 off periods.
Trying to figure out what it was.
So yeah, and like we got back into it and we've been strong ever since.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of segues into our next question. This is Ask Us Anything, and it's submitted by Martha K. And Martha wants to know, is there something that turns you on that is out of the ordinary? Like a mommy kink.
Martha.
Mommy kink.
So for me, I would say like nothing out of the ordinary really. But I have noticed there are certain areas of my body that are not really sexual in nature that like really turn me on when
Like in
someone touches.
between your toes.
Foot fetish.
No foot fetishes.
Okay, good.
Not really a foot
Like
person.
your right
No, I like
nostril.
foot rubs,
But like, and also,
but
Okay, I get that.
not, you know.
Not like sticking my dick between your arches kind of
It's
thing.
also not like
No, not that kind of rub.
that's
no, like with hands and nice and like being like
hands and nice.
that feels
Hands
good.
are nice.
Gotcha.
I like hands
What
and nice.
what parts of you?
But so I want to just preface this by saying not anybody could just come up and touch me in this area and I'll be wet. So like don't think that that's the case. It's like more like when you're making out with someone
Right,
and you
right,
like,
right.
get touched in a certain area.
Sure.
My hip bones, like fucking waterfall.
Really?
And also like areas of my back, like in the middle of my back, if someone like touches nicely right there, I'll like my entire body will just be like, oh God, I'm ready.
Now I know, Barbara.
And, you know, if you ever like
Mariel's
touch me on the
writing all this
back and it's
down.
like,
Hip bones back.
Hello.
so yeah, it's like areas like that that I guess are like maybe not sexual in nature. Although the hips are pretty.
I feel like everything's like, you know, you could make
If
anything.
someone touches it the right way,
Make
I mean, I
anything
can see that though.
sexy.
It's like you come up in like a nice little hip grab and you're like,
you ready?
like yeah, it's like I'm conditioned,
Yeah.
like
But
yeah.
ready to go.
You're right though. It has to be the right person because if it's not, then you're just like, what the fuck?
Get the fuck off.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird. I was imagining like the 5-finger death punch from Kill Bill. Like somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Du-du-du-du-du," on your back, and you're like, no.
Or it's one of these, like the.
The locked in the box.
Yeah, and then you're just like. Anyways, I don't know what.
I used to have a thing for band directors. That was my kink.
Yeah.
Authority?
Explain. what
Band
this-
directors,
band
I think
director-
is that
I think
separate
it
than
would-
conductors? Is that like a separate class?
Yes.
Do you like the wand?
I like
this?
people who lead the band.
You know they got rhythm.
They do got rhythm. I think it was a thing. I think it stems from having a
Hey.
crush on my high school band director, who I loved.
Thanks, sir.
He was great.
Do you have a crush on band directors?
What's your kink?
Yeah. What's your kink?
I did my king.
Sharks.
Sharks, yeah, sharks. I didn't have a crush on my band director. My band director was very old, and
So was mine.
he was not attractive.
Nice.
Didn't really like him.
But what counts as old when you're in high school?
Well, he had silver hair. I don't even know. He was. I mean, I was what, 14.
bald.
He was probably maybe 60 or so. So he was.
Oh, okay.
He was old. He wasn't attractive. Kink. I like my nipples played with.
Yeah.
Oh, can't do it.
Nope.
Off limits.
I know.
don't like
I like
nipples played with?
my
Not at
nipples
all.
played with. I actually didn't even know that I liked them played with until
you know what?
like about a year ago.
I recently came by just having my nipples played with.
Bullshit.
God,
I-
God, this
That's-
person
I
knew.
couldn't-
about
Okay,
what
like
the fuck.
what else was involved though? Because
I mean, they were like looking them and doing other things.
I just
to 'em.
picture
there was
there's
no.
a scene in SpongeBob where he's like. That's what I picture.
So yeah, I used to
Exactly
be an
what-
ear
I was
thing.
actually watching SpongeBob.
your thing.
I used to like my ears played, but now it's kind
ears.
of gone to this. And again, it was a situation where I didn't actually think this was going to happen. That person went down there, and I was kind of like, oh, that's weird. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of good. Oh.
And then-
well, yeah. And then I was like, can we do that again? So,
Yeah.
It was kind of nice.
I mean, I think that's like
nipple
a
play.
normal thing.
Is it?
I mean, I
You
don't know
don't
about
like it, Blaine?
guys,
You're
but
not. You're not an.
I do know that in regards to nipples, I know that I trust somebody if they're able to touch my nipple, and I don't freak out. Because if anybody else touches them, I instantly
Kind of, yeah.
like flinch.
Did you get like purple nurpled when you were younger?
Yeah, and also knowing Barbara is like, just like that's.
Barbara's a big
Excuse
boy.
me.
Are you a twister?
no,
Are you a nipple twister? We've never twisted
You've
my
never
nipples,
you've never
Barbara.
twisted mine either.
I don't twist nipples.
Well, maybe you should.
Only
pinch
Blaine.
Don't
there
rip
was-
off my
Well,
pearl
there you go.
snaps.
Yeah, whenever I would see Blaine. And
That's because you should wear pearl snaps if you don't want them like ripped
Right.
on.
They're
That's what I'm saying.
stylish.
No, the whole point of them is that they're like easy to go.
You're forgetting also a very important thing I would do, and I would do it. I would come up to Blaine and I would go, ah! And I would yell and I would rip him because I wanted you to know I was coming.
So they call attention to everybody that's looking, and they all see me with my shirt off.
You're kind of a bully, Barbara. You're pinching nipples. You're ripping shirts open. You
Well-
always knock my fucking food out of my hand.
Only twice,
It's been like a good amount of times.
thrice.
Was it good food?
Yes.
It's always been like for lunch.
Yeah, it's
So
always
like,
lunch.
One time, Mara was walking through the other building over there, and she had I think it was like a container of tomatoes.
Tomatoes, yeah, like little grape.
Like a whole grape tomatoes, and she goes, "Hey, you want one?" I go, "Sure," and I go, and
It just like went everywhere. I was like, what the fuck, Barb?
Dick
But
move.
that's why I'm so nice to her here, so she can stop doing it.
Gotcha.
It's
Makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, man, band directors.
Band directors.
Band directors?
It's not really a thing anymore. It was just a thing that I was like,
Do you think it's because they are in a position of power?
I don't know what it was. I think it was just like I loved my band director in high school, and then when I went to college, we would go to the football games, and I'd always want to sit by the band so I could watch the director go.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Do they have one of those like
Yeah.
Don't they also have like little stick things that they?
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm.
one more time?
Okay, all right.
Slower.
What?
That's when like they're leading the band in like a march.
It's a march, right?
Could you demonstrate how you brush your teeth?
No, because I realized what you're trying to get some gifts out of me.
Not
Gifts, not gifs. God damn it.
I've got weird things that for me, it's not like a touch so much as it's very important to me that you take your socks off.
My girlfriend's the same way. I
know
usually
why?
wear the same socks all the time. They're black Hanes. You can get them at Target. They're very nice.
No, I got those socks. Yeah, it's like they're
And she's always like, you have goofy feet right now, because she's goofy when I wear them. And what? Do you have a sock kink?
No,
You like socks being left on?
No, I don't care, but I always wear my socks because my feet get really cold, and I'm always worried if I like get moved around.
I get yelled at if I
Nope.
try to keep my socks
Like,
And I
on.
don't
If
want
they're-
my foot to accidentally
if you
brush
wanna do,
against
like-
some balls and like freeze them or something.
Warmer feet make coming easier as well.
Exactly. Yeah, when you have warmer feet.
So socks on is like fine with me. With
I'm
girls.
hoping that I have enough exertion that I'll like warm up all over the
I
place.
sometimes wear like sexy socks.
Well, that's different.
Sexy
Sexy
socks
socks
are
is different.
great.
That's like
Yeah, sexy
that's
socks
like a
are
very
nice.
intentional thing that takes effort. For me, it feels like if you leave the socks on, like you haven't bothered all the way.
Yeah.
Like it's basically like just unzipping. I'm like you haven't disrobed. You left those on.
Yeah.
Get that?
Like ditch that. Get yourself like
But Bernie's
old
got great
butt
socks.
naked. Yes.
So you like take those the
Do I
fuck off.
do I want to be distracted by them and be like, oh, sharks, nice.
Wow.
I mean, I have the usual stuff like like lingerie and yoga pants and all that shit. But I think biting has really, not like
Biting is fun.
aggressive, but
Getting
like,
bit or biting someone
Gentle,
else?
Both.
gentle little bites.
yeah, like on the lip, I can do that. I got big old luscious lips for that. And then on the ear, that's a big turn on.
Yeah.
But I've actually I remember I turned biting into a form of communication as a way of like if they bit my lip, then that means that I'm okay to proceed with whatever I was doing. It's normally like an early relationship thing.
Yeah. The lip bite is a good indication.
Or if I bit their lip, then that means good, and then they continue to do whatever they're doing. So it's like
It means into it,
pat.
right?
yeah, it's like an unspoken communication thing, and you pick it up after a makeup session. So
What if you bite too hard? Is that like a stop? Like, no, don't do it.
I have been made to bleed, and I've also made someone else bleed on accident
On the lip or somewhere else?
on the lip. Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Yep.
It's rough.
I like a gentle
I
bite.
got headbutted once.
Where?
Was it a sexy headbutt?
It wasn't meant to be.
Ooh,
Where did they headbutt you?
My mouth.
ooh, not a great place.
Have you ever accidentally punched yourself in the mouth?
Yes.
I've hit myself in the balls a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
ow.
I'll just be like, pat my lap for a laugh, and then I'll hit like exactly there and hit a testicle.
Yeah, what you're like.
And be like,
Did we talk to Miles about this the other day? I can't remember. We were talking about balls getting hit and how it's like one of the worst. Like,
it's not great.
I can't remember who I was talking to about, but they said was it Miles? Yeah, he said it like feels like a whole like seizing, like your whole body is just like.
And there's phases too. There's like the initial shock and the hurt, but then it also can turn into like stomach cramps, and then it goes into chills, and you're just like,
telling me, and I was like, good lord.
It's weird to me that there are sensations in my life that I will never have,
Right.
and that's one of them.
Yeah, I will never
giving
know
birth.
what it's like to get hit in the balls.
Yeah, like you will never know the sensation of giving birth.
Neither will
yeah.
Probably, unless what was it, 9 months? Unless they figure out the whole like 9 months technology.
I. Hey,
Kidney stones, as I heard, pretty painful as well.
have you ever been punched in the balls accidentally with someone else?
Like during sex?
No, oh, well, maybe. I did this to an ex-boyfriend one time and I felt terrible.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing this thing where he was being cute and he was on the bed holding his legs up like this,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, being stupid. And I went to go smack him in the butt, but just as I went to smack him, he rolled forward.
Oh no!
And so I just full on smacked him in the testicles.
Oh.
And I will never forget the sound that came out of his mouth.
What was it?
It was like the highest pitched like scream.
It's like a shrill.
And I was like, I've been dating for 5 years and never heard that sound before.
Children and dogs just like constantly.
Oh, because they're at that height.
Yeah, they just destroy.
I
the
never,
testes.
because dogs always like run directly into crotches.
But I also like dogs like being in my lap and being at my face, even if it's like a big old Labrador. But like my Alana's dogs, they're always just like pounding my balls. They're like
mad at
doing
you?
fucking river dance on
It
them.
turns out they're actually they're trained.
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my god.
But
I almost just choked.
that's not a fun experience though.
I got smacked in the tit by a dog recently.
So does tit hitting hurt? Because like that's a pain that I don't think I understand.
I feel like it hurts just like it would hurt any other.
Like just get.
place.
Whoops, sorry.
That's a mic there.
I was wearing mine.
Oh, rock solid,
Hurt you
man.
instead.
It's a nice
Hey, but
peck.
be careful of his nipples.
Yeah, I should have gone. You're right. I should have faked him out.
Went for the right for the nipple.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that we could get hit with. I've never gotten like kicked in the vagina.
I mean, getting hit in the clit does not feel good.
Well,
Yeah,
I've
but-
I've
Also,
never
it's
been
expensive
hit
fun.
there, but from what I've heard, it's still pretty painful because it's right up against bone.
Yeah.
So it's basically smushing
Yeah.
it straight up into bone.
Right.
So you're getting like, it's real hard on both sides. That's a sad clit.
But it's just that just like feels like localized pain. Like it hurts there, you know. I don't know. If
It doesn't
you've
radiate
experienced, like
in the
yeah,
same
like
way.
the radiating pain of a good old ball smack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awful.
There's a lot of like guys will never know what period cramps feel like.
That's true.
That's not a fun feeling.
That is not a fun feeling.
Two thoughts. Glasses are another kink. The other thought is,
nice.
and I was going to bring this up in confessions. I told you this at the beginning that I had a confession.
Oh yeah,
If you want to hear.
absolutely. So
Yeah,
we had a
hold
confession
on.
that we read on the show. Blaine is going to give us one.
Oh, you're ready
He
for
has
it?
not pre-told us this either,
no, I
so
haven't.
we're gonna get a genuine reaction.
I'm
out of
ready.
this.
This is the appropriate Vinny to tell this story because I think I talk about butt stuff a lot on the podcast. So I'm going to try
you?
to expand my butt stuff distribution.
please, bring it back.
amongst other
I need to
shows.
hear about this butt stuff.
So basically, I was in like late grade school, early middle school, and we were all getting the sex talk at this point, right?
Right.
So guys were getting separated in their little room, girls over there. We're hearing about boners coming, acne, the brick company,
love
and then
that
they're
company.
hearing about like periods and boob growing and all that stuff. So
Boob
like
growing.
So like periods, that was
Water
like, a
them
thing
daily.
That stuck with me because I had what was called an anal fissure, which is a cut in your butt that makes you bleed. And it's not a comforting experience, and it often happens if you like wipe too hard or whatever. And I think like, I don't know how mine was caused, but there's an anal fissure. It's a cut in my
Yeah.
ass. It's basically like an open wound.
Oh, so every time you shit it, like
Well, it's a varying degrees. So there is some times where it's like if you wipe, it's just you get a little like red streak. It's just whatever.
Okay.
But then there's sometimes where it's just like I cut it open and it's like blood would be in the toilet. And I was getting my stories mixed up, and hadn't.
someone goes
told
into
this-
the guy's bathroom. Like, was there a girl in here?
Well, no, I hadn't told this to like an adult, so this is something that I was like, I just
You're
didn't know
just
what it
dealing
was.
with your bleeding asshole.
Yeah, and I was hearing all these stories about periods, and I was like, am I on my period? Do boys have periods? Am I like a boy girl? Like, what am I? And I just didn't understand what it was. And I think eventually I had the nuts to tell my mom or something, and then we got it addressed.
Looked at.
What
So
get it fixed?
wait, how do they how do they
that's
heal
on
up?
So they heal up by either like not cutting them open with your wipes.
You're supposed to use like butt wipes, like baby butt wipes, right?
Yeah, to like kind of soothe it
'Cause
so
it's
that it's
softer.
not as like
H wipes?
Yeah,
It's
I've heard you do
coarse.
that for like hemorrhoids and stuff too.
Right.
Anything you need to be gentle on the tush.
Well, the other solution is to cauterize the wound.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You burn it shut. So that's what I had
They
to do.
burned the wrong hole shut.
And I've never pooped since. I had to go to a
That's why
doctor.
you're so full of shit.
Exactly. it's my acid brown. I had to go to a doctor that specialized in butt stuff, and and I remember I pulled down my pants, and I was very uncomfortable because my ass is exposed to this older doctor, and he's like, "It's okay. I see little boys like this all the time."
Oh.
And then I was like,
I mean, yeah, I'm
Balls just
accurate.
slowly
yeah.
rose
and then I
into your
heard,
body.
and then I heard hamburger meat in the air.
Oh wait, so you went
great.
with cauterization.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I got my fingers cauterized when I was young.
Why?
Warts.
Hamburger meat.
Yeah. So my weird habit, I didn't mention it earlier, but my weird habit is like I peel at my nail cuticles.
Oh.
Like I don't bite my nails, but I peel my nails off if they get too long, like at the end, and I peel around my cuticles.
Just
Like
like
that's
to peel it off your fucking finger.
Yeah.
Because like if you
The
get
whole
the
nail?
wrong, like if you get the wrong thing, it
no,
peels
but
too
sometimes
short.
it peels too short and then it's painful. But I peel at my cuticles, and so like I got one wart and then it spread to all of my fingers.
Yeah, it should spread.
And so I was just like, and they tried to cauterize all of them. We tried the vitamin E thing. We tried freezing them. I had miserable little fingers when I was young. I don't even know how they went away.
Aw, that's so sad.
I had super warts. But that's the most painful process. I got my nose cauterized too after a car accident.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't stop bleeding.
Yeah, like
And it's like it
super red hot.
smells.
Yeah, it does.
Man,
Hamburger
after-
meat.
Okay, why hamburger meat? I need to come back to that.
I was just
I mean-
human flesh. It smelled like a hamburger back
More
there.
accurately, I suppose, it's supposed to smell like pork, right?
Ooh, humans
Maybe,
too?
maybe.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Aren't we part pig?
The
Are
other,
we?
the other
You're
like.
like
we?
a pig.
So yeah,
I'm a dog.
thought I was having a period. Got my asshole burnt shut. I'm good to go.
How old
though.
were you again? You said you were in middle school?
Little middle school somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my period on a ski trip.
Oh,
So the blood was in the snow.
No.
Bloody snow angels.
like suddenly sharks.
It was the 7th grade, and I was on a school trip to a ski place, and it was like a 4-day trip, and I was just like, I don't know what this is.
That sucks.
Yeah. And then I didn't tell anyone, so I just had to put toilet paper in my pants for 4 days straight.
Man, I always hear horror stories about girls getting their first period.
It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's bad.
Sounds terrible.
I remember I was in El Paso. I don't remember the details though. I was just out of town and I was upset. And I remember my grandma being like, "She's never gonna come back because she's gonna be
She has this
traumatized."
negative
Yeah.
experience in the city. Well, speaking of taking trips,
Great. Great.
did you know that the average family visits 5 totally different websites before booking a vacation rental? That's a lot of websites. You could spend less time planning your next trip and more time relaxing with Tripping.com, the world's #1 site for vacation rentals. Tripping is trusted by millions of travelers and featured by the New York Times, Travel and Leisure, Forbes, and more. Whether you're looking for a cabin or a beachfront home to get away this winter or already looking ahead to vacations this spring, Tripping can help you find the perfect place to stay. Vacation rentals offer flexibility, perks, amenities that hotels don't, like multiple bedrooms, backyards, hot tubs. Oh, mommy likes hot tubs. Oh yeah. Free Wi-Fi
I'm
and
eating right now. Can mommy wait?
wait. Free Wi-Fi and even fully stocked kitchens, so you could plan and cook your own meals. With Tripping.com, one search lets you filter, compare, and sort over 10 million available properties on trusted sites like VRBO, TripAdvisor, Booking.com, and more. Don't wonder if you're getting the best deal. You'll save an average of 18% per night by booking your vacation with Tripping.com. So don't forget, if you want to save time and money while booking the perfect vacation rental for your next trip, head to tripping.com/open today. That's TRIPPING.com/open. Tripping.com/open.
With savings like that, you'll be tripping.
Oh, that
Damn.
should be their slogan.
Good. I actually was looking up because I'm going to Tokyo
That's so cool.
later this year. Yeah, I'm trying to get a group around to go to it. It's not bad.
Yo.
Yeah?
I'm
I'm
looking
in.
up prices for hotels and stuff. And
Excellent.
HomeAways.
Tripping.
I
I'm
really
in.
want to go
I've
to
never
Japan.
been.
Me neither.
I really want to go. I want it to be raining and a little cold, and I want to walk around like Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner.
Okay.
That's what I want.
There you go.
There
Maybe
was
you'll get
that
it.
photo recently that was on Reddit, but I think it was in.
That was in Canada, I think. So
Was it
fucking
was it
beautiful.
Toronto?
I think it might have been Toronto. It was
I
like
know.
some
I-
You're
Times.
saying it right too.
It was some Times
Toronto?
Square.
Like
or
leaving the
place.
other T off.
Yep.
Toronto.
Toronto. That's the way
Yeah.
to say it.
There's a really dope photo of
Toronto.
this dude just walking through the snow or rain or something, and it looked like kind of a Times Square type thing, but like it was super realistic or futuristic. It was,
Oh, cool. My favorite person.
that's what I want.
And I got a little something for you, Ashley.
Uh-oh.
So this is a little baby. It's a little mini because you could fill up your little.
Oh.
But I want you to look how cute it is. Look at this little
Oh,
guy.
and let's,
He's a little adorable guy, but look.
do we get a close up on this?
And
He's got a little dick.
he's got a
Oh,
little baby
that's
pee-pee
not
for
little.
you. It's,
I mean,
I just found it back there and I was like, what the fuck is
I think
I
Where's
brought
this
that
from?
back.
I don't-
When I went to Mexico in July after RTX, I brought some back, and then that one I had in my
you
office,
can do a little
and I just
refill.
couldn't find a place
Just
for it, so I
refill you.
decided
Perfect.
to.
That's a penis, all right.
Oh.
Oh, I peed everywhere.
There it is.
I made a little
well,
mess.
that's what little penises do.
Isn't it?
We'll leave it on the
They
table.
make little
Pee a little
messes.
He's
So
just a little drunk Mexican. He's holding his Corona, and he's got a big old dick.
Thank
he's,
you.
He's uncut.
Oh,
Ooh.
Apparently, yeah.
Is he?
Well-
yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's definitely.
there you go.
You guys ever
right.
think that he might be self-conscious about that, guys?
Oh, well, I think.
Do we keep lifting up his towel?
He's like, please, por favor, stop. Espera.
Oh my god.
All right, well, let's get to our last segment, which is Box of Issues. We like to change them out every
I was
week.
gonna say it changes, right?
Yeah, they're all pretty much all of them are from fans.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
sent them into the show, minus the original one.
I would say Christian's a fan of the show. He made.
Oh,
that one.
Christian made it. Yeah, it's true. My
We got
favorite
that
box.
mailbox though, and then that mailbox came from this lovely mother and son who we have
Oh,
here.
yeah.
That's lovely.
Because they sent us a wonderful mailbox, and we wanted to put their picture up to.
It's got everyone's names on it.
Cool
and
robot.
everything. Yeah.
I like the set.
Thanks, dude.
Isn't it great?
Set.
I like it too. All right, y'all ready?
Let's do it.
Ready?
This is from Haley. And Haley writes, I'm 17. I'm going to be graduating high school soon. I've been accepted to plenty of colleges already, and a lot of things in my life seem to be going great. But my parents keep bringing down my self-esteem and making me feel like I'm a bad person, even when I do things for them like make dinner or clean up. They say I don't do whatever I'm doing right, and that I'll be lucky to make it through college. Should I confront them on this, even though I'll be moving out soon and my boyfriend tends to make me feel better and loved anyway? And has this happened to you or anyone you know? I've tried confronting them before, but they brush it off or get mad and say that I'm not grateful for having the opportunity to go to college. I really need some help with this.
Dang, Haley, that
Yikes.
sucks.
Yeah, that's harsh. That's harsh. Like, trying to give the parents the benefit of the doubt here. You know, I could see it potentially being them trying to like always push you to be better.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the way to go about it. You know, is by being like, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's necessarily right, but they might be trying to like push you to excel, to, you know, do more than you think that you're capable of.
Yeah, and some people sometimes like take someone's like if someone's trying to push someone and make them better, they take that as negative when as like they're just trying to do the best for them. But we also don't know the situation, and her parents could just be dicks.
Yeah.
They
very
could be
possible.
dicks. Like, you know, not everyone knows how to like express themselves, or people don't know how to be patient or, you know, selfless. So that's entirely possible.
I guess I come from it from a very different perspective because I was very fortunate, and am very fortunate to have parents who are extremely supportive. And
Your parents are dope.
they're very dope.
They are good people.
They like me and my brothers. They always are just like, we just want you to be happy and healthy and safe. So they supported us all throughout college. And even when I first moved to Austin, my parents helped support me and made sure I was good. And they always trusted us to make the right decisions and helped us when we needed help. So to hear anybody experiencing anything different than that, like, to me, that's not what parents are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Like, you are supposed to support your child and help them achieve what they want to achieve and not make them feel bad for their decisions.
Yeah.
I think without like giving them an ultimatum, if they understood the stakes, how they're pushing her away, then maybe they might change their ways. But then again, like I feel like the power dynamic there is kind of fucked up because they are her parents, so they're
Yeah.
probably not going to listen to advice from their child. So like it might be a thing that like if she does confront them, they're just gonna blow it off.
Blow it
It's
off.
just like, oh, you're our kid. What do you know?
Yeah.
So like I think if she eventually does get away from them, and then she notices they.
Like she's like planning an escape.
Well,
no, she
said
moves
she's
off
moving
the
out.
That's
college.
called
Yeah.
that is called growing up. We all escape eventually.
escape.
But and then like and she starts to become more distant, and then they say like maybe miss her or something like that, and then it could be a little bit more of an open line of communication. But I don't know if now is the
it's like-
time to do that.
She mentions that they're constantly saying that she's doing things wrong and that she won't survive out of like in college. So maybe it's just a discussion she needs to have where she says like, hey, you need to be more supportive of me and what I'm doing,
Yeah.
and like if you think I'm doing things wrong, like help me, like teach me.
I wonder if it's been like her whole life, because then that's definitely an issue, or if it's more of like she's about to leave, so they're like.
Maybe they don't
grasping
want
at
her to go.
straws. Yeah. I mean, that could be a thing.
Yeah, trying to hold on to her.
Yeah.
Keep
Well,
her home.
it's also like she's probably in that age period where she's like what, late high school,
She's 17.
and that's like a time where like parents and kids they just don't
Oh, yeah.
really line up. Like the wires are all crossed and communication's really rough.
That's probably like the time of my life that I got along with my parents, my mother especially, the least.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Like I didn't want to hear anything she had to say.
Yeah.
I was like, you dumb bitch, you don't know anything. Like I've got everything figured out. I'm gonna live my best life, Mom.
Yeah.
And we get along now, but there was a period where we did not connect at all. You know, she didn't know
Absolutely.
how to talk to me. I didn't know how to talk to her. It's hard.
I feel like that's really common. I mean,
It is very common.
That's all about the Lady Bird movie, right? That's like all it is.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's just a mom and a daughter who like don't know how to communicate with each other, and so they're constantly like butting heads.
Yeah.
The most terrifying thing my mother ever said to me was, "I hope you have a child just like you."
Oh,
And I was like on some level, I must have known I was a real shit.
I know I was a shit. Like ages, I would say like 14 to 17. I would not want to be around me.
I wouldn't want to be around
I was
that
a
age me
piece of
either.
shit.
I wouldn't
I
know
don't wanna be
what
around
to
anyone
do
that age.
with that age me.
Very true. Also a very true point. But her question is ultimately, should she confront them now or just not bother because she's moving away? I would recommend you confront them because they're still your parents. They're always going to be your parents. And they need to know that this is not an appropriate way to treat you if it's bringing down your self-esteem.
And you also don't want to risk like, if you leave things rough and then you move away, it can be much harder to patch those things up once you're already gone.
Totally.
Yeah, I would be very tactical with how she approaches it. Maybe not super like, hey, you guys treat me like shit and all this stuff. Like, I think if she's like, listen, I think there's an issue that I'd like to work out with you guys because I love you and all this stuff. And like, if she's a very positive, optimistic person about it, then she might get better results.
And she mentions that she has a boyfriend who is very supporting and makes her feel loved. And especially like when you see that side of how a relationship could be, you want that for all your relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
That she deserves that, especially from your parents.
No, but I like the idea of potentially being like, if you don't think that I'm doing things right, I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
What is it that you recommend? I will take
How
your.
am I doing this wrong?
I shall take your feedback on board.
Leave him a comment card. Just slip
Yeah.
it over. Like,
Oh yeah,
how
just
can I help?
do
Or if you
that.
wanna
Leave
be-
that on the kitchen table. It's leave your comment.
Yeah.
Or if you want to be really passive aggressive, just
Anonymously.
noted.
Noted.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, good luck, Haley.
I think just being that age sucks, and like
Yeah.
it always feels like everyone's against you.
You're not the only one that's going through that.
Yeah.
Like everybody, yeah. A lot of
Absolutely.
No, and it's not always a comfort to hear that, because knowing that other people are going through it doesn't mean that you're not going through
Right.
it.
True.
But it's a hard time.
It could just be that's the way her parents are, like, that's how they cope with her leaving.
Yeah.
And that they're just trying to find arguments and trying to find things to complain about just because they don't know how to cope with it.
Yeah.
Especially if she's an only child, which I don't know, she didn't mention, but that could be hard for them.
Yeah.
Your only kid leaving the nest. But what I will say is that being someone who did not always have the best relationship with their parents as a teenager, because I was a little shithead,
See, and I would never guess it now.
it gets better.
Yeah.
I mean, you learn to respect your parents, and your parents learn to respect you as time goes on. So
Yeah.
I would say it's not the end of the world.
You'll be good.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Good luck. Let us know. If any of you watching have a question for us on Always Open, you could email us, alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you have a question for our box of issues, a shot that's better than the breakfast shot, I doubt it.
That's gonna be tough to top. The pressure is on
top.
up there.
Or anything else, if you just want to say hello, we'd be happy to hear from you. So email us, alwaysopen@roosterteeth.com. We love you. Guys, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
Mine.
Eye contact, eye contact.
Oh,